We're trying to get to Wupatki National Monument and Sunset Crater, and this is the route that Google took us to get there.
We recently visited Sunset Crater and Wupatki National Monuments, heading in from through Flagstaff, Arizona, and this was the road that Google took us on to get there. Luckily, we were in our Jeep, so it wasn't a big deal, but this is exactly why we don't use Google Maps for navigation when we're traveling in our RV, whether it's our current van or our previous Class A motorhome. So we decided to upgrade and get the Garmin RV890. It is a fantastic device. It's standalone. It does come with a mounting thing that you can stick to the window, and the cool thing about it is that it's magnetic, so once you have it on the window, you just pop it on there and it charges it through these little contacts right here, and it works great. In addition to your basic navigation, this thing can do some pretty cool things, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Number one, we kind of talked about it a little bit already, but this allows you to put in your RV's specific parameters. So you can put in your height, you can put in your width, you can put in your length, you can put in if you're carrying propane, you can put in if you're towing a trailer. All of this is set up in the menu. Once you turn it on, it saves it, and it's always going to build routes based off that profile. If you do decide to take it off and put it in the car, or bring the charger and put it in the car if you have a tow vehicle, it does support multiple profiles, so you can switch between car and motorhome, and it will route you differently and accordingly based on which vehicle you're driving. So it's pretty handy for that as well. Number two, you don't have to have a cell phone signal. So unlike Google Maps or a lot of the apps that are on your phone, this thing has all the information stored in it. So when you go out into the middle of nowhere, national parks, national forests, BLM land, etc., like we do oftentimes, you might be able to put your address in there to get there, but when you're trying to leave to go to your next destination or your next activity, if you don't have a cell phone signal, you can't figure out directions to get to where you want to go. So you end up having to get on the road and drive somewhere until you get a cell phone signal, or kind of head in the right direction if you know which way you're kind of going, until you can actually put your map, your address in your map. The nice thing about this is this thing has everything stored inside of it. So you just turn it on, as long as you've got battery power or you have it plugged in, you just turn it on and put in where you want to go. It'll build the route and you're off. The third thing we really love about this is the route preview feature. So when you put in an address, it's going to give you a preview of the route. It doesn't do this in car mode, it only does it in RV mode. But what it'll do is it'll give you the line, it'll give you the time and the distance, but it's also going to give you things you need to be aware of.
Please drive to highlighted
route. For example,
route.
you have a 10% climb coming up or an 8% descent coming up. You have railroad crossings, you have grounding risks from railroad crossings, things like that. It's going to show that on the route preview, so you know what you're getting into for that day's drive. The fourth thing, and I just kind of found this one out the other day by accident, but in the menu there's an option for fuel prices, and you can set it for gas or diesel depending on what your RV uses. And as long as you have this connected to your phone, so you can pair this to your phone via Bluetooth, as long as you have this connected to your phone, it's going to go find the closest gas stations to you and tell you what the last known price was. Now, it's not up to the minute, right? It doesn't always give it like right now, but it's going to say it was the price yesterday, or it was the price today, or it was the price 2 days ago. So you know how relevant the information is, but it'll show you, and you can figure out where the cheapest gas or diesel prices are near you. It's a super handy feature. I wasn't using it for the first 2 years of having this thing, but we use it all the time now. So number five, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, when you type in an address and you can actually get somewhere because you don't have to have a cell phone connection. This thing has literally thousands and thousands and thousands of addresses stored inside, for attractions, for gas stations, for national parks, for historic sites. So it's super handy. It saves a ton of time when you're going to, build your route or kind of figure out where you want to go. You can just pick stuff that's already in there. You don't have to look up the addresses. But the other thing that's kind of cool about it is if you're in an area and you have time to spare and you're trying to find something neat to do nearby, you can just go in there and see what's around. And you can see if there's a state park nearby, a national park nearby, BLM camping sites, dispersed, U.S. Forest Service camping sites. A ton of those things are in here, and it's super handy because you can just go to the menu, see what's around, hit go, and take off. You don't have to look it up. And again, super handy if you don't have internet and you can't look up an address. All right, so I think we're on number 6. One of the other really neat features about this thing is the ability to do route optimization. We use this all the time, especially when we're not sure where we want to go. So what we'll do is we'll go into the system and we will, you know, kind of figure out roughly where we want to go. We want to go to Yosemite, then we want to go to Yellowstone, then we want to go to Mount Rushmore, then we want to go to Washington, D.C., whatever. You can put all that in here, and what will happen is there's an option to optimize the route, and it will build the most efficient route for you. So when we're not quite sure where we want to go, we'll use that to build a kind of a preview of a route. And then once we have that, we can use it to figure out what campgrounds are kind of along the way, what BLM sites or national forest dispersed camping is along the way. It's a great way to kind of roughly plan your trip or your travels if you're full-time, and then to use it to figure out what roads you're going to be driving on, so you can start looking for places to stay or places that you might want to go. It's super, super handy. And number 7 is going to be value. So I debated about how many numbers to put in this video today, but because there's literally a ton of features in this, I'm just kind of scratching the surface. There's a lot more you can do with this thing. You can hook it up to dash cams, you can hook it up to backup cams, you can do all kinds of stuff. But for us, these 7 items are kind of the most important that we use all the time and are super helpful. But number 7 is going to be value. This thing is a great purchase. Once you buy it, there's no additional expenses. You don't have to do yearly updates of the maps. You don't have to do any additional services. The software updates are free. The map updates are free. The live traffic services is free. The fuel price service is free. It just works. You download the updates. Now they are huge updates, so you do need to be on a good internet connection, but you connect it to Wi-Fi, download your updates, and you're good to go until next time you want to download an update. So we love it. It's been a fantastic device. If you want to check this out, or if you're interested in learning more about them, I'll put some links in the description below. This is the RV890. I believe it's an 8-inch screen. I believe they have a 7-inch version and a 10-inch version, although that might have changed since the last time I looked. But I'll put those links in the description below. Feel free to check those out. If you found this helpful, please click that like button. It really helps YouTube tell other people about the video who might also find this content helpful. Otherwise, thanks so much, and we will see you in the next video.